Hey everyone, Lars here. I just wanted to bring you a short little update content piece here. We have new cards being showcased for the Mask of Change set. Mask of Change is going to release in Japan on April 26th, and it's probably going to combine with March's Crimson Haze set to form our Twilight Masquerade set for over here in the US in May. So these cards will most likely be included in Twilight Masquerade when they come out. So let's get into these new cards. Let's see. We have new future and new ancient versions, or not versions, but just new variants of the Iron Bundle and the Brute Bonnet. So Iron Bundle, Water type, HP 90, future basic Pokemon. For a 1 water, 1 colorless, Interjet, 60 damage. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, switch out the opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Weakness Lightning, 1 retreat cost. Okay, so this card is basically a it's kind of an escape rope on a body. So you get to punch via an attack though. You get to punch for 60 damage, then you get to switch this and your opponent switches their active. So this actually has the potential for like a hidden run strategy sort of play. Normally in hidden run strategies, you're not looking to necessarily kill things. You're just sort of looking to just put damage down and just move damage counters sometimes and just sort of whittle things down. But with this ability, you can essentially kill something, and they were going to have to swap out anyway. If there is something big enough that they have put forward, a big attacker, you can push it to the back line, and they have to bring up something else. And with Iron Thorns and other future Pokemon being a path to the peak on a stick, that's a very viable target to stick in the active. As always, Mimikyu is a very good choice too. If you know you're dealing with EX or V type Pokemon, certain decks will just not be able to punch through the Mimikyu, so you can just keep swapping it in. Since it's a future type, you can equip it with Future Booster Energy Capsule, giving it 20 more damage, so it can hit for 80. That allows it to kill most basics that are in the meta today. You know, any Charmander, Pidgey, Frigibax, Comfey, lots of the low HP basics that people are trying to evolve into things will get just swept up by this thing, and then they have to bring something else in, and you can just put in something detrimental that your opponent either can't punch through or just shuts down their ability to play the game. And so I don't know if it's going to be a good deck. I don't know if it's going to be a playable deck, but I mean, the ideas seem pretty interesting. So, I mean, we could see. Um, all in all, it seems like an interesting card. We'll have to see what comes of it. But being a future Pokemon, it definitely has potential to do things that maybe non-future types with this sort of ability wouldn't be able to get going. There's lots of future synergy, lots of ways to search things, set up energy, kind of move things around. So there's definitely some interesting plays that can be made with this card. So I'm looking forward to seeing how things play out, what other kind of cards we get to pair with this in the sets to come, and see what kind of stuff comes from it. Let's move on to the next one. Brute Bonnet, Darkness, HP 120, basic Pokemon Ancient. For 1 Darkness Poison Spray, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Okay, just active poison. Not really that great. Not that bad, though. It's just there. And then for Dark, 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 so triple dark, Rattling Strike, 50 plus damage. This attack does 50 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. Weakness Grass, Retreat 3. Okay, so the Rattling Strike attack for 3 Darkness is interesting. It is costly, but if you're dealing with a deck that already can put some damage down, this is an ancient Pokemon. You know, Professor Sada's Vitality, Dark Patches, can really get this thing set up and going. So there's already the single prize Roaring Moon in both the Roaring Moon Dunsparce kind of deck going on. There's also the just the Ancient Box deck that has the Koraidon and the Roaring Moon. Both are already playing these, you know, Sada's Vitalities and the Dark Patches and stuff. And so this could be an additional, maybe not, you know, you're not going to slot in multiple of these, but maybe just like a one of in a deck like this as a, hey, I need one single prizer to help me clean up a kill on like a Charizard or something after I've hit it for like 100 damage. Because if you hit it for 100, you can swing back with this thing for 50 plus 50 times 10, so 550 damage if that effect reads appropriately. That's a lot of damage. Even a Charizard with like a hero's cape on it wouldn't survive. So you could really clear high numbers with just a like a little bit of extra damage being put on something. Even an early game Roaring Moon single prize attack that does like 80 damage enables this thing to come out swinging for like an additional what, 450 damage. That's pretty crazy. All in all, this card is interesting. I like the applications it has for dealing like these big amounts of damage after a setup. Being an ancient Pokemon, it can attach. It's being ancient and dark. It already can play well with the Sada's Vitalities and the dark patches that were running in a lot of these Roaring Moon lists anyway. And as a one of in the list like that, being able to just clean up something in the late game without having to use a Roaring Moon EX and threaten to lose 2 prizes in the process is pretty interesting. So we'll have to wait and see. But that so far, that's kind of where I'm leaning for this card's viability. Outside of that, it just seems a little bit too much investment. But maybe there's going to be ways to put more damage counters on things preemptively without having to do attacks. And if so, a dark Pokemon that we can attach a lot of energies to quickly that could just come in and you just need to put like, what, 4 damage counters down on something and you can do 250 damage. That is pretty nuts. So if there's a way to do that reliably without having to attack first, it can help get set up. It can help set up kills for this thing pretty easily. So all in all, interesting card. Can't wait to see what more we have coming for it. And yeah, both of these just have some options that just could be quite good. But we'll just have to wait and see. Still early, and of course, stuff like this may not even spike in playability or even just have anything to do until later sets where more cards come out. So we'll just have to wait and see. But that's going to be it for this video. Just want to do a short little, just brief overview of these cards. This popped up today, and I thought, hey, let's do a quick video on it. As always, if you like the content, please like and subscribe, and yeah, and check out some of the other videos. Hope everyone has a good day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.